Hello, 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 hello. Welcome everyone to the live stream of the Global Chess Championship by chess.com. This is your host Sagar Shah and I am here for three players who are our favorites today playing. We have the one and only Vishy Anand who's going to take on Pavel Ponkratov. And we have Raunak Sadhwani taking on Veselin Topalov. It's the battle of generations. On one hand, you have Veselin Topalov, this former world champion, and on the other hand 16-year-old Raunak Sadhwani, the young talent from India. So that's going to be epic. And then we have Anish Giri taking on Wenjun, and I think that's also a very exciting matchup because Wenjun is not someone that you can take lightly, and Anish has to play his best chess if he wants to win. So we have a nice new setup here. Let's get cracking. Vishy Anand का game शुरू हुआ है कि नहीं? Let's see. Yes, let's first start with Anand versus Ponkratov. Guys, can you hear me well? Is everyone here? कैसे हो? कैसे हो? कैसे हो? अरे, can you hear me? दोस्तों, yes. Everything good. Okay, first of all, Vishy Anand does not play online chess much. But today he's like, let's go for it. I'm going to play against Pavel Ponkratov. Let's open the game with 1 e4. Opponent goes e6. Just a second, let me make sure that the live board is updated with Vishy Anand's game. We'll keep Vishy Anand's game on the live board so that everyone can follow there and then we can keep shifting. Okay? e4, e6. All good? d4, d5. This is known as the Caro-Kann defense. Knight to c3, bishop b4, e5, c5, a3. Everyone... good फ्रेंच डिफेंस लोग बोल रहे हैं. आई वॉज थिंकिंग कि भाई दोपहर का टाइम है, 4:30 everyone's feeling a little bit sleepy and so would not really pick up that I have said Caro-Kann for a French defense, but chat is very quick to pick it up. Guys, very nice. So it's French defense and it is the French whenever. Now, whenever you see French whenever on the board, think of imbalances. Why? Because from the opening itself, black is giving up his prized bishop for a knight. And he's giving up this prized bishop. Why? Because ye dekho, all the remaining pawns are on light squares and the bishop on c8 is a bad bishop now. So this was the good bishop. Its future was nice. All the pawns. So you see in the opening, the pawn on e6 was like, bishop, you want to become something in life? Okay, I'm making a path open for you. This pawn was like, bishop, you want to become something in life? Oops. So I won't come in your way. I'm going d5. Then the bishop went out and this pawn said, I'm there to back you. And all of a sudden the bishop gives up its life. But in return, what did the bishop achieve? In return, guys, what did the bishop achieve in its life? Anyone who can tell me in the chat? Doubled pawns, Urvin Savla, Alishan Ali, Taskin, Abhimanyu Parashar, fantastic. Electric pants, imbalance you are saying. Yes, he was able to create doubled pawns. But is it worth giving up a bishop? That is the reason why the French whenever is considered as one of the most risky lines in the game of chess. Okay, Vishy Anand is like, knight c6, you are attacking my central pawns. What I am doing is I am going queen g4 and attacking your pawn on g7. And he's making his opponent realize that, look, you have done away with your dark squared bishop and now your g7 pawn is weak. Okay. So here, one of the main moves is knight e7. Am I right? Actually, Knight c6. This knight c6 move is not normal. Actually, the normal way to play this is knight e7, queen g4, queen c7. And then you take, then you play this, then you take, and then this. This is how it continues normally. This knight c6, queen g4, g6. I have not seen it very often, guys, to be honest. I will check in the database later how many times this has been played. But I don't think it has been played too often. h4 played in the position. Now Vishy is like, dekho bhai, if you give me a pawn, sort of a hook, I'm going to go all out and attack it. For black, it's a choice between h5 or h6. Black decides to play h6. And his plan is that if Vishy goes h5, what will black do, guys? What is his point of playing h6? Anyone in the chat? All smart people here who have caught my lot of wrong things? Anyone? Yes. G5 is what he wants to do. Very good. Disha, Mudassir, Nitish plays, TP Gaming, very good. He wants to play G5 to H5. So Vishy Anand says, sorry, I'm not going to allow you right now. I'm just developing my knight. Then comes Queen A5, attacking this pawn here. Okay. Bishop to D2, defends it. In comes Queen A4, attacking the pawn on C2. And now Anand, in this position, plays the move Rook A2. He's defending it very creatively. Because, see, if you go Bishop D3, which is the most natural way to defend, there could come C4. And then eventually this could become a problem. Although here you must be really alert about Bishop takes G6. So I would say first prepare with Knight E7 and then go for C4. But this was a possibility. He went Rook A2. Okay. Bishop D7. Queen to F4 by Anand. C4 played, closing in the structure. Bishop E2. Knight E7. And Anand goes knight h2. Now, where is Vishy's knight looking at, guys? Which is the square that the knight wants to go to? Beautiful. There is a beautiful weakness. What is a weakness? A square that is not defended by a pawn. So, if this pawn was back here, there was no weakness. Excellent, guys. F6 is a massive weakness. So, he goes castles and Vishy is like, I'm coming to F6. H5, knight jumps into F6, knight F5. Now, what Ponkratov is saying, okay guys, Ponkratov is saying, Vishy, your knight looks beautiful on F6, okay, I love it. But, it's doing nothing. What are you attacking? You want this bishop? Go and take it. I'm ready to give it up. And my knight on F5 is beautifully placed here. Because the moment you play G4, I'll take it. You cannot kick my knight away. Which is like, I'm a world champion, you know, former world champion. F3, I'm going to attack your knight with G4. I'm going to kick it away at all costs. And in the end, I might even create a passer. Ponkratov goes knight E7. And he is now, look, this is actually a clash of ideas. Vishy could go G4 here. But after takes, what Anand does not like here is that knight H4. The pawn is hanging. So what does Anand do now? He first plays king F2. He's trying to connect everything together before going for the G4 break. Queen A5, once the queen goes back, boom, Vishy goes G4. And now, Ponkratov is like, what changed? Did your move king F2 actually defend the pawn on H4? Not really. So I'm taking this pawn on H4. What do you have in mind, Vishy? What is the move that you want to play? Yes, you won a pawn here. You just lost a pawn here. So guys, what is it that Vishy Anand has on his mind right now? What is the move that he wants to play? People are saying he wants to go king G3. Guys, king G3, nahi. It's a bad move. Bad move. Why king G3 is a bad move? Because if you go king G3, look, what has happened here? This rook is undefended. And now you're going to give it a check, right? What's the move here? Oof, Vishy Anand finding the most beautiful move. Guys, Vishy Anand का गेम देखने को क्या ही मजा आता है, क्योंकि he finds so many great moves. So many great moves. So look at this. Look at this. What has happened here? By the way, NHF5 is just over, yeah? You give a check, your rook is hanging. Don't do this. Don't give up. देखो, थोड़ा alert रहो, guys. Don't be so naive. You are playing against a very strong player, Pavel Ponkratov. Vishy goes queen g5 and he tells the knight, have you had the pawn to your heart's content? Is your belly full now? Because you are going to die here. There is no square that the knight can go to. The knight is trapped. Fas gaya. So now rook takes h4 is hanging. What does Ponkratov do? He says, I'm going back. And now if you were to take here, then your rook is hanging. And if you take here, which is rook takes h8, then I will take with h8. You take here, then maybe my rook comes into h2 and I can attack here. So Anand, being the genius that he is, what a move he plays, guys. Ye move to dekho. Look, what a move. It's just too good. Knight h7. No, really, I didn't think about this move. Seriously, what a move. It's just blocking the rook's file. Someone is saying Sarvana Murugesan, Sagar is 110% dramatic today. Sarvana Murugesan, do you see this move? Knight h7. Now, this knight moves. Of course, this will hang. But if this knight moves, then this will hang. These knights were supposed to be each other's friends. This is a beautiful move, knight h7, guys. Just blocking the h file. See, you could also have won a piece this way, right? You could have won a piece like this, but he doesn't want the rook to get activated here. Here it starts to get very messy because the knight comes in, the rook is active. But with knight h7, you are basically telling your opponent, I'm blocking the h file and next move I'm winning a piece. Chess Donkey says, I found it first. Wonderful. It's a beautiful move, yeah. And now Pavel Ponkratov is thinking he has 11 minutes on the clock. He has more time than Vishy, but his position looks dangerous. Now let's try to think. What can Black do here? Okay. Black wants to move his knight away, but this hangs. Oh, what did he do? He actually moved knight c6, and Vishy now chops this off. I have a feeling that what Pavel will do next is he will take this, yes, he will take with this, and he wants to get his rook here and just claim that your king is weak and I will use these two files to attack you. But Vishy is very calm. He goes rook to a1 and he's telling Pavel, okay, you want to come here, attack this, fine, I'll drop my queen back. Next move, I'm coming to g1 and then it's all over. Because see, the other thing which Black is very upset about. Okay, by the way, some moves have happened. Rook a1, queen a4, attacking this c2 pawn. And now Anand goes rook c1, defending this pawn, and he takes on a3. So if we count the material, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pawns for Black. And 1, 2, 3, 4 pawns for white. So Black has 3 pawns for a piece, which is actually, in chess terms, one piece is 3 pawns. So Pavel Ponkratov has enough material compensation. But does he have enough qualitative compensation in the position? No. And what is the main reason for it? Can anyone tell me which is the piece of Black that is horrible? Let's go to Raunak's game. Very, very quickly. Yes, Damyant Jain, Mishti Agarwal, Saurabh, very good. The bishop on d7. This is a bad bishop. It's blocked. It cannot come out. That's the reason why this position is very clearly better for Anand. Okay, let's quickly go and check what is up with Vishy Anand. Sorry, with Raunak Sadhwani, because Raunak is taking on Veselin Topalov. Guys, I have a feeling today Raunak is going to beat Veselin Topalov. And we may not even call it an upset, knowing how strong Raunak is in online chess. But 15 minutes plus 2 seconds increment is not blitz. Okay, it's actually good enough time for these world class players to play. That's why we see Kramnik playing this tournament. That's why we are seeing Topalov playing this event, and they want to maybe create some kind of an upset here. Create some kind of a result here. So let's quickly check what is happening here. Veselin Topalov playing with white is putting pressure on Raunak. That is sure. See, the engine may say it's equal, but look, let's use our brain. On this side of the board, everything looks around equal. Okay, this side. But on the queen side, we have a special form of attack going on. Who can tell me what is this form of attack that is going on here? Yes, Captain Jack Sparrow, you are right. This is known as the minority attack. Abhinav Agarwal. Arey kya hi chat hai yaar. I'm when the chat gives such great answers, minority attack, and like 50 people write it, I'm like, that's amazing. So now what does minority attack mean? Minority attack means that this structure, which is 3 pawns, is being actually hacked upon by 1 pawn, and in the end black will be left with a weakness. Black will be left with either a c6 weakness like this, which pawn is weak, or if you take with the bishop, then both these pawns are isolated. So something will be weak. But Raunak is like, look, Veselin, you may want to create a weakness here, but I am creating play on the king side. I'm going h4. I'm going to attack you all out. This is what I'm going to do here. Let's see now what happens next, guys. This is actually interesting, and Raunak is low on time. He has 3 minutes 42 seconds. Topalov has 7 minutes 47 seconds. This is not going to be easy. In the game, after h4, f takes g5 played by Veselin, king takes g5, g takes h4, king takes h4 played. Okay, look at black's king, yeah, fighting, going all in. Okay, let's quickly check what is up with Vishy. Has Pavel created play here? 1 second. So Vishy went queen f6. He went queen b2. Okay. Vishy said, thank you so much for the pawn. a5. Oh my god. Does he want to make a queen here? Vishy says knight f6. Rook takes h1. Rook takes h1. Queen takes c2. He's chopped off this pawn. And the bishop is hanging. But guys. Oh, Vishy goes rook d1. But Vishy could have also played rook h7 and attacked here. If queen takes d2, knight takes d7, and that was a good way of continuing. But Anand, he's like, I'm a piece up. Let me just calm down. Let me defend my bishop. Everything's safe. But will Pavel continue to push his pawn here? Let's say if he pushes, okay, Anand will take here. Correct. Although the bishop is bad, it defends the e6 pawn. So there's this famous saying which is like, bad bishops defend good pawns. So we just remove the bishop. Now you must take here. I play queen takes e6. Now you don't have anything in life. Okay? Your only aim in life is to push this pawn as much as you can. So you push it. Okay? And now Anand has to take care that this pawn doesn't become a queen, which I believe he can manage, right? I mean, I don't see it as an impossible task, but it definitely is something to worry about. Like rook d1, he went a4. Oh, it has happened? Oh, guys, I am able to guess the moves correctly. a3 on the board. On the board. Okay, Anand has to decide now. How is he going to play this? Will he... So, black's plan is simple. A2, queen B2, queen banao. Okay. Meanwhile, white has to figure out how to stop it with his extra piece. But it's not so easy because these bishops are sort of pinned. Let's say Vishy goes, he goes queen f6. See guys, already a little bit, but Vishy has a plan. He wants to push. Okay, one second. A2. A2 खेलेगा ना यार, मतलब pawn. Black has no other plan in the world than to push the pawn. Okay, so he's going to push. So Vishy is going to also push. And he's going to block it on e7. And now, guys, look at this. Bishop f4 threatening queen f8. Is that an idea? This is getting what? By the way, guys, look at this. If I play bishop f4, I have a threat. No, queen f8. So you can't just... But if I play something very, very bad, like for example, if I play bishop f3, then boom, take and queen. This can happen. But what has Anand done? By the way, let's go back. Anand played queen f6. He played a2. Vishy has gone queen f8. Rook d8. Queen a3. He comes in. Guys, the position has become complicated now. The engines evaluate this as equal. Because Vishy has sort of moved his queen to the queen side and Pavel's rook now coming from here. So with the queen and rook, the attack is rising. The attack is coming in. And let's assume, what do you do as white now? Because if black comes in from here and the queen moves in from here, then the queen and rook are going to be a deadly combo. And this little pawn here, oh, what a nuisance this pawn is. It's just horrible. For example, I want to exchange your queens. I come here. Boom, check. Oh, thoda check niche. Boom, check. And now you need to save the bishop, so you come down. But queen comes up. And this is coming in. This is coming in. Oh. So, I guess, guys, this looks more difficult for Vishy to play than for Pavel. Because Pavel's idea is just get the rook in, get the queen in. Anand plays bishop f3. Good move. Good move. At least controlling this square. Okay, queen a8 is suggested by some of you, but then knight b8. This knight actually can do a good job of defending. I'm getting a bit nervous here. I'm going to take a quick glimpse of Raunak versus Tapalov. Should be a draw. Should be a draw. If someone's pressing, it's white, but it should be equal. And Giri versus Wenjun. Ooh, equal position. Anish Giri versus Wenjun is equal. Going back to Vishy's board. The rook has swooped in and given a check. Now, Anand's king cannot go anywhere. Like just about anywhere. Because if king e3, queen d3 check would have been very powerful. And if anywhere else, then the d2 bishop would hang. So he went to e1 defending this. But queen d3 attacking the bishop, isn't that possible? Because, look, queen d3, what does white do now? मतलब करे तो करे क्या? ये मर रहा है ना? I mean, I don't see it. Check. Knight d8. Check. King b8. Check. Oh my god, guys, this is not easy. Check. King b8. Check. King a7. Check. Perhaps there is a perpetual somewhere. Check. Oh, then you lose the knight. Okay. 1 second. This is actually, Anand may have to find the only way to make a draw after queen f8. There is this perpetual checks somehow. So look at this. If you go queen d3, check. If you come king c7, check. If you go back, check. If you come up, check. Sorry, here, check. Sub jagah. So he plays queen d3, by the way. He plays queen d3. And now Vishy must find this check, 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 check. Okay, check. Now come on, check here. That's the only move. Because on this side, guys, on this side of the board, it is all over, yeah? Is Pavel okay with a draw? Can Anand draw the game? Draw, maybe. Maybe draw. Check, check. Twice repeated already. Maybe a third time incoming. Maybe Pavel Ponkratov might think that there are some other options, like king b6. Because suddenly he grows in confidence here. And if you give a check, I will block here. And if you give a check from here, I may go block here. Now there are no more checks. It is possible. It is possible, guys. So it all depends on how ambitious Pavel is. Queen d6. The number of times this has been repeated is 1, 2. And if you do it here, it might be 3. So it's 2 times. People are asking, is queen d5 possible here for Anand to play for a win? No. Because of, can you find the best move here for black? How many of you are sharp enough to find this? Come on, guys. Black to play and win. Let me see if the chat chess moves is set up well and already working. I need to... Not A1, not A1. A1 means there is check, but you do it with forced. You do it with queen takes D2. And all those who said queen takes D2, I'm super proud of you guys. Who are you? Gandhar, Dinesh, Beradia, Rajeshwari, Naveen, Priyesh. Well done, guys. Excellent job. Queen D2, Rook D2, queen here. And then black is the one who's winning. So, this is not a good idea. Let's go back. Let's go back to the game. What has happened here? Oh, they drew. Nice. Threefold repetition. Draw. 3 times repeated. Great. Anand draws. Actually was totally winning. Meanwhile, Anish Giri also draws his game. Raunak Sadhwani also draws his game. And that means that we have had 3 draws in the first round. Good start for all the players, but there was a lot of excitement. I mean, if we have to just understand where Vishy could have actually just played a little more carefully, I think it was here. But, his opponent's idea of A5, A4, A3, I found it to be quite slow, but actually worked well. Because in the long run, this pawn is a potential queen. So, I think the main mistake was here somewhere, where he could have played bishop g5, a2, and then queen g8 check, king c7 and e6. Somehow this way of playing could have given him good chances, but it didn't work out. Yeah, in the end. What is the badge on Vishy's thumbnail? I have no clue. Why did Abhyudaya put these badges today? I have no idea. Nadirbek and Gelfand is also happening right now. Oh, big one, guys. Nadirbek Abdusattarov, the reigning world rapid champion, takes on Boris Gelfand. Okay, let me update the scores here for all of you so that But Nodirbek is better. Maybe he's winning. Draw versus draw. Raunak Topalov draw. And Anish Giri versus Wenjun also draw. Nice. Okay. Guys, also, can you just make sure that you have hit that like button and also subscribe, because I would love if more people join in and we are here together this evening. Let me also put up the subscriber count. थोड़ा देखते ना कितना लोग. Oh, maybe today we can reach 1,005,000 subscribers. Wow. Guys, ये तो करते हैं. चलो. Where are the live? Nice. We'll put this one here. And this one here. थोड़ा नंबर बड़ा हो गया. Let's go. Guys, 1,005,000 is the aim today. Let's see if we can reach there. Very small aim. Step by step. जय सोलंकी से सागर भाई आप बस करो ग्रीडी. क्या करेंगे जय सोलंकी? Greedy. 67 subscribers is not greed. Okay, if I said let's make it 1,010,000, then maybe. You can have web scrape software so that once results are out, automatically the scores can be updated. Nice. I don't know which software it is, but so guys, this is today's format is 4 games. They will play against each other, and they will play in the format of everyone is like unsubscribing. नीचे रख देते. हाँ, ये इधर थोड़ा गलत है. गाइस जाने दो, कोई सब्सक्राइब करने का जरूरत नहीं है. लेट इट बी एज इट इज. जितना है खुश है हम सब. ऐसा ना हो जाए कि 1 मिलियन के नीचे चले. लाइफ इज अनफेयर. देखो क्या ही कर सकते. चेस पे फोकस करते हैं गाइस. चेस पे फोकस करते हैं. लुक एट दिस बिशप एंड क्वीन अटैकिंग हियर एंड द रुक ऑन द ओपन फाइल. ब्यूटीफुल पोजीशन फॉर व्हाइट. दीपांशु जी ने देखो सब्सक्राइब बैक बोल रहे. गुड दीपांशु, थैंक यू. ये तो चैट जो करेगा वही तो होगा. Oh, rook h5. He wants to double down the h5. Nice. Nice. He wants to bring this here. इसको बीच में लाते हैं. Results very important, guys. Subscribers not very important. No one wants subscribers. I mean, everyone wants to keep subscribers. Can you show players videos? Sorry, I don't have them for this event. वो रहता है ना जैसे 1 million तक everyone was like सागर भाई we are with you 1 million होंगे मजा आएगा and then I'm like अरे 1 million हो गया अभी guys next पड़ाव पहुंचते हैं 1,005,000 है like, अरे अभी नहीं बस हो गया but guys if 1 million was just a start right we want to reach 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10, 20. Because at the end of the day, the idea is, and this I've been always been speaking about, that I want to make sure that chess becomes the most popular sport in the country. And for that, I mean, the sky is the limit. So, of course, it would help if everyone supports this and we can keep moving. But I get it. Vidit will play on 17th. Tomorrow Arjun will play. So it's going to be today Vishy and Raunak. Tomorrow Arjun. And I think Mitrabha will play tomorrow. Arjun Mitrabha and or maybe Vidit and Mitrabha will play on the last day. Guys, for now, Boris Gelfand under huge pressure from this diagonal and from this diagonal, from this file. Zakian G says, you deserve 25 million subscribers as good as you are. Good luck. Arey, thank you. Thank you. I think the road to 25 million subscribers is going to be interesting. I don't know how it will be. Bruce says when you go to 104999 I will become the next. Arey, nice. This is the first game only of Boris Gelfand. It's not the second, it's the first game. Jay Solanki says, when you will reach 25 million, your grandsons will play for India, Sagar Bhai. Challenge accepted. Manoj Kumar says, please explain how tournament works. Manoj Kumar, I have something for you. I'm always ready to explain things. तो ये देखिए, ये है explanation. ये क्या है? ये पता नहीं क्या है. This is OBS. So, this is chess.com's global chess championship. Okay? So, chess.com is one of the big platforms in the world of chess. It recently bought Play Magnus Group. And so, what essentially is happening, I feel, and maybe you guys can correct me, is that there are two schools of thoughts now. Okay, one school of thought says chess is over the board. It's a sport where you should play it, like on the chessboard and so on. And the other school of thought says chess is an e-sport. You have to play it online. So both these school of thoughts are moving in their own direction. For many years, it was always like online is just as a support to offline, like over the board events, and everything like FIDE rating was very key, and you had titles which are still there, and the candidates and FIDE Grand Prix, and then candidates and the world championship, and then you become the world champion and so on. While all of this is still very valuable, what is happening now is that online, because of the pandemic, is starting to get more and more importance, and everyone's like chess can also be an e-sport. So chess.com has organized its global chess championship where sort of the best players in the world play each other online. And the prize fund, they have kept it as $1 million, which is quite a sizable amount. It's almost like 7.5 crore rupees. And well, if someone wins it, they will take home, I believe, $220,000, which is close to 1.7 lakh rupees, 1.7 crore rupees. So it's a very massive amount. And I think in general, what I have seen in other sports and what we are seeing with IPL is that wherever money flows, the sport develops in that direction. And so, yes, while ratings, titles, world championships, all of this very important, at some point when the money starts flowing in online chess, people will start playing there. Once people start playing there, that form starts developing. So it's a very interesting period that we are right now. Online gives more exposure, online training, puzzles, etc. I would never had the chance to play international players at lower ranks. True, Bruce, that is true. DKS says, watching from US, what a lovely day it is. Nice. Game start ho gaya. Let's go to the game. So yeah, this is the format. 64 players, knockouts, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. When I think no, till 8 they all play here, and then they go to Toronto, Canada, where the finals are held from November 2 to 9. Okay, let me go to the game now, because it has begun, as you guys have mentioned. Game number 2 between Vishy Anand and Pavel Ponkratov has taken off. And we have here. Okay, so let's start. Anand is playing with the black pieces. Now, it's always a pleasure to have Vishy playing because he doesn't play too often. Has been not playing since quite some time. And I think this is his first. He played one Legends of Chess event online. He also played online Nations Cup. He has also played the online Olympiad. But after a long time, he's playing an online event. So we have the Ruy Lopez on the board. A6, bishop A4, knight F6, castles. Knight takes E4. Guys, what's the name of this opening? Can anyone tell me? Open Spanish. Chess is more than fun. Very good. Open Ruy Lopez. Pranay Akula. Excellent. Yes. So this is known as open Spanish. You take this pawn. D4. Very good move, because once you take this pawn, the E file opens up. And you really don't want that to happen. So what does black do? He first attacks the bishop. And he tells the bishop, please go away. The bishop goes back, and then black cements his knight in the center with his pawn. White takes the pawn. And now what is white attacking? What is white attacking here? Can anyone tell me which pawn? Future Shah, member for 6 months, says, when will Future Shah come back? If I'm not mistaken, this is Rayan, right? Rayan, did you change your name? Rayan, which is your next tournament that you're playing? Exactly, guys. D5 is the pawn that is hanging from the bishop and the queen. And so Anand defends it with bishop E6. Okay. In comes the move C3. Vishy plays the move bishop to E7. Knight D2. Castles. Bishop C2. F5. Anand cements his knight in the center here, but comes e takes F6. En passant. If anyone is not aware of this move, it's a special move in chess whereby on the move when a pawn moves 2 squares instead of 1, you can capture it immediately on the next move like this. Knight comes back. Rook e1, putting pressure here. Queen d7, knight to f1, and bishop d6. So a very interesting position on the board. Mayur says, if a non-title player wins World Youth Championship, does he or she get an IM or GM title such? No, I don't think in World Youth you get it. But if you win World Juniors, you get a GM title, I think. And it's been years and years since a non-GM has won a World Junior title. Because I think more than 50, 60 GMs play the World Junior, sometimes even more than 100. And it's not possible for a non-GM often to win it. So Sharan Kumar says Vaishali will get her third GM norm if she scores 6 out of 9 in Grand Prix. Can she do it? Wow, that's a nice one. I love when chat comes up with such interesting insights. Sharan, that's a nice one. By the way, Pavel Ponkratov has developed his bishop here on g5 and he's putting pressure on the knight. Now, guys, the idea is that there is pressure on h7 and I want to play queen d3 and put pressure, more pressure on h7 and then take this. So it's a very, very big idea like queen d3 to move the queen up. Why is Prag not playing this tournament? Mudassir says. Because Prag is playing in Champions Chess Tour and I think he might have made a decision not to play this. Swanand Kopardekar says it is true that Vishy sir does not like online chess. I don't know if he likes or dislikes, but definitely prefers over the board chess. And you know, guys, online chess is not just about playing chess, it's also a lot to do with your mouse skills. And so there are a few things which are not easy, but with increment, I think he's happy to play it with 2-second increment so that he doesn't get flagged. Let me flip the live board. Okay. Guys, how is the setup today? Like overall setup, do you like it? Better than yesterday? Kramnik was flagged in winning positions. Jai Paji ki jai. Yeah, true. Excellent. Setup is OP. Arey, nice. Thank you, guys. Yes, Sagar uncle. Arey. It's okay, okay. Okay. I think many of you liked it, so I'm happy. Abhyudaya, of course, made this entire thing up. He made this entire overlay and has made it look very nice. Okay, knight to g3. Let's go to Raunak Sadhwani's game. What is Raunak doing with the white pieces against Veselin Topalov? So Raunak has played the Italian game, and right now, after knight f6, very quickly, let's look. d3, bishop c5, castle, d6, c3, a6, a4. Topalov doesn't want to castle. Now he castles h3, rook e1, rook e8, knight d2, bishop a7, b4, knight e7, knight f1, c6, bishop b3, knight g6. Very sort of symmetrical play going on. d5 played by Veselin, queen c2, bishop e6, a5, queen d7, takes, knight e4, takes. I think black might be slightly better here, but this move c5 actually allows a very good move for white. What did Raunak play here, guys? White to play. Come on. Try to think. We use all the opportunity that we get to get better at chess, always. So what I want all of you is to keep your mind switched on. Whenever I ask you a question, you should be on top of it. Let me see. What is the move that all of you want to play? Rook to d2. Not a bad idea. Rook d2 is not a bad idea. But bishop e3 is such a cool idea because then The bishop is hanging on a7, and all those who have said bishop e3, Sangeet Dhabi, Rayan, Krikvio, Aditya, Arush, Rudra, Nitish, Starboy, Parth, Prashant, well done. Excellent job. Oh, thank you. And I have got a soup to drink. Very happy. Queen c6. And now Raunak plays the move c4. Very cool move. He wants to play b5. And guys, Raunak Sadhwani is pressing in this position. Because now if Veselin Topalov were to take this pawn, Raunak will go boom, attack the queen and win the bishop on a7. So that is not happening here. Okay, he's not going to take here. But I like this position for Raunak, because his next idea already is to push the pawn, then push it further, the bishop will be blocked, then push it further, create a passed pawn on the queen side. That's what he wants to do. Okay, very quickly, let's have a look at Wenjun versus Anish Giri. What is happening here? I like Anish's position. Although it's equal, Wenjun has small weaknesses and could become something really important as the game progresses. Okay, next up we have Anand's game. Let's go back to Vishy's game and see what's happening. What? How did Vishy land into tough position? One second. So, knight g3, Anand took on g3, which is a very weird move. Why would Vishy do that? Well, I think Vishy's idea was, let me give up one bishop and then let me exchange the other bishop. Bishop f5. But you know, guys, Pavel is not going to exchange it. He goes bishop b3 and tells Vishy, hey Vishy, you have given me your important bishop here. Actually speaking, Anand could have here played his rook to e8. He could have gone bishop g4. These were all plausible moves. But the moment he's gone bishop g3, this is already very difficult position now. Bishop f6. And the main point here, guys, main point is rook takes f6 does not work because of, can anyone tell me what is the reason that Vishy did not play this simple straightforward move? With soup? I think it's pumpkin soup. Sushil Ganesh says it in 2 words. He says back rank weakness. But I want to know the move. What is the move here? Yes. Sort of both bishop d5 and queen d5 moving equally. But both moves are correct because that is the correct idea. Let me just make sure that I have this on board. 1 second, guys. Yes, if you take there, what I'm doing right now as I talk to you is I'm adding a scene on OBS, on my I'm adding a scene to my stream deck because every time I have to change. See, now I can just press a button and I'm back here. Okay. So the point is that after take, checkmate. And so you cannot take here. So he took with the pawn. Once he took the pawn, he went knight d4, attacking the bishop. Anand takes, c takes, c6 played, rook c1, putting pressure on the backward pawn. Vishy goes rook e8. Queen f3 and king g7 played. Okay, Anand's position definitely looks dangerous here. The main point is that his pawn on c6 is very weak. So this was a very good decision by Pavel Ponkratov to take cd4. Although queen d4 is also a good move. But look, you know, you give something and you take something. What white gave up is that now he has a weak isolated pawn on d4. What he got in return is the open c file and pressure here. So what Pavel is telling Vishy is that it's very difficult for you to attack my d4 pawn, but it's very easy for me to attack your c pawn. And so it was I think a great decision by Pavel. Queen f3, king g7, queen f4 played. Vishy drops his bishop back to g6. Anand has 6 minutes 41 seconds after f3 played on the board. So actually Vishy's position slowly is looking quite okay. a5 played, he wants to play a4. Maybe white will go a4 or a3, these two moves. Yes, Ishan, exchanging queens would be very good for Anand. Because if he manages to exchange the queens, his king would feel a lot more safe. Right now, his king feels a bit exposed. Also, the white king wants to go to f2, maybe swing the rook over there. Those could be the possibilities in the position. Meanwhile, Anish Giri has drawn his game with Wenjun. Wow. Second draw. And Raunak Sadhwani, after the move c4, we saw this. Rook c8 happened. He played rook d2. Nice move. Knight f4. He chopped it off. b5. Excellent move. Queen to e6. b6. Bishop b8. And now rook to d5. Wow. Raunak, playing fantastic chess, has put his rook right in the center. Next move, he can go e5, blocking the bishop. c5 pawn is a weakness. Love white's position. Raunak Sadhwani might beat Veselin Topalov in game number 2. Let's quickly go back to Vishy Anand's game and see where is this heading. So after a5, a4 was played on the board. Yes, Sigma Rules channel. I'll come to the Chessbase India Club this Saturday for sure. Boris Gelfand lost his first game to Abdusattorov. And now in the second game, Boris is fighting back. You know, you can never discount Boris Gelfand. Even in the Lyon Masters, we saw him. He first beat Andrei Esipenko, who is a very young and talented player. And then he beat Vishy Anand. So, just because Gelfand lost the first game, we shouldn't be writing him off. Okay, he goes king h2. Interesting. What could be his idea here? King h2. Maybe he just wants to stay away from this diagonal, yeah? What happened? Rook e1, rook e1. Okay, Vishy has changed the rooks. White position looks clearly preferable. Is the a4 pawn hanging now? So let's say if I take, you take, and now you're saying I can take here, but I can't, right? Because if I take here, in comes this check and you lose the rook. So you can't play it. You can't play it. Rook e1, rook e8, and he goes rook c1. Wow. Pavel Ponkratov playing really well. He's putting a lot of pressure on Anand. And look at Anand's c6 pawn. He's just crying for help. Guys, please save me. I'm drowning here. And everyone's here, moved ahead of him. He can't push ahead because there's so much surveillance there on the c5 square. So Vishy now has to just leave this pawn and start looking for counterplay. But it's not at all easy. Like if I take here and you take here, then maybe I can take on b2, maybe. But there is a very nice tactical move here. Can you find it? White to play. After b takes a4, white to play. Let me see how many of you are super sharp tactically. Guys, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Raunak won. Whoa. Raunak won. We'll go to that game. And the chat is just epic. Very quick. Bishop d5. Awesome job done here by Vaibhav, Slayer, Aditya, Kunal, Rupesh, Abhigyan, Gandhar, Rishi, Sparsh, Harshit. Because if you take the bishop, then the rook jumps in with a check and you lose the queen. So that's the reason why in this position, rook c1 is such a cool move. And then Anand goes rook e2. And bishop takes d5 does happen. The same theme. But Vishy is ready. I think he was prepared for it. He played bishop e8 to defend it. But guys, this is getting a bit too much to handle now. He goes ab5. Well, queen g4 was just finishing him off because wherever the king goes, there is queen g8 coming in. If you block, then c6 is hanging. He took here, queen takes b5, queen g4 check. Now on the board. Manaswi Swami, thank you so much. Arjun is currently playing nowhere, yeah? Like Arjun is in India. bg6, check on d7, king h6. Rook takes c6 has happened. You know, guys, even if you go and pick up this pawn to attack here, white can just make one move which ends all the dreams of white for black. f4. Just defend this. Everything is safe. Everything is safe. So now, rook takes c6 has been played. And this is not going to be easy. I think, guys, oh, Vishy chops off on g2. I was just going to say, I think Vishy might take it. He's taken it. He sacked his rook on g2. And now white must take the rook. And now he wants to play queen e2. Is there a perpetual check somewhere hiding there? Has Vishy Anand managed to save himself here? Has he extricated himself from the mess? Okay, let's say check. If you go back, I have check. If you come here, check. Oh, he takes on not e2. He goes queen b2. Okay. What if I go king h3? There's no checks here. Ah, you have queen p1. Threatening a check here. Also threatening this. So the right move here is king g4. And this requires some bravery. Some bravery is needed. Let's see if Anand is able to have some swindling possibilities. He goes queen a1. He wants to say that if you come here, I can take this pawn with a check. So not queen b1, but queen a1 is his plan. Okay, f4. This bishop once again defends it. And now you are a rook down, so looks very difficult. Yes, but even if he had played queen e2 here, it wouldn't have changed much after king h3. I mean, you could have given one more check, but after king g4. No, this is over, guys. It's over. You can play queen b1 as someone has mentioned in the chat for the trick with bishop f5. But, I mean, there are many ways. Just firstly, I can take here, pin your bishop. So queen b2, king h3, queen a1, f4 on the board. No, Ponkratov playing really well. Really well. Vishy in big trouble. Can he save himself somehow magically here? He's a rook down. I don't see how that's going to happen. And Ponkratov has won. Oh, Vishy has resigned after f4. So the score is. And how did Raunak win? e5, g5. Oh, guys, look at this. He just trapped the queen. Queen has nowhere to go. So the results of this round, and actually Anand now falling back, has to win 1.5 out of 2 to tie the scores. But Raunak doing it well, and Anish being very solid against Wenjun. Yeah, if Vishy loses, it would be a big upset for sure. Let's look at Boris Gelfand's game. Can he beat Abdusattorov and make a comeback? Looks unlikely for now. Looks unlikely. Black has equal material, nice knights in the position, king coming up. It's not going to be easy for Boris Gelfand. You know, in these online formats, it's going to be tough. Guys, there is a small update that what is happening today, and I want to give you that update. Maybe you guys would love to know more about it. So everyone's been asking, where is Arjun? Where is Arjun? So today, happening on Hindi Chess Base India at 7:30 p.m. after this ends, this today's event. Arjun is coming there and it will be live. Arjun Erigaisi with Niklesh. It's happening. So India number 2, Arjun will be there, and please do join in on the Hindi Chess Base India. You can go and just like the stream and just say that you will be there, in that live chat. Would mean a lot to Niklesh, who's holding it, and would be very nice. So thank you. So let's quickly have a look at the position here between Boris and okay. So what has happened is he goes rook d5, he goes rook c4, knight b3. Okay, Boris chops off the pawn, but now if he takes and takes and takes, should be around equal. King coming up. That's the plan. Bishop takes b4. किसने दिया? अच्छा. Amruta Mokal has just come in here and told me that I must change something in life. And guys, I am sorry to say, but all those of you who have been big fans of the color pink, things are changing. And you will no longer be able to enjoy this color because Amruta has mentioned that it's too.
No, everybody was complaining. That's why
Everybody was complaining. That's what Amruta says. And with this, we have changed it. Ooh, everything's changed. 1 second. Guys, you tell me what looked better, this or that. You tell. If it was pink, then write that. If it is this, then write this. Oh, everyone was saying my shirt color had to be changed, not the stream color. Oh, guys. सब कुछ ही हिल गया, जिंदगी हिल गई. See, everyone is like pink रखो अभी. Chat is always fun. They will make you do something, and then when you do it, they'll be like, क्यों किया? All those who hate my pink color shirt, for you, I can do this. So, guys, it's a good position here right now for Boris Gelfand. He's going to draw this game. But I can't. कुछ है? By the way, Nodirbek is now a pawn up, huh? And guys, the next game will start very soon. Vishy Anand is trailing for all those who have joined in now. Raunak is actually winning against Topalov, and Giri against Wenjun. Very solid. Okay. Night end games are very tricky because when you are pawn down, you have to play ultra careful. King d2. I like this move. I have a feeling that Abdusattorov might be able to trick Boris Gelfand here because Boris has only 16 seconds left on the clock. He needs to speed up. What does he do? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Youngsters winning against world champions is the trend these days. Oh, look, look, he blundered. And now, will Nodirbek find king c5? I have absolutely no doubt that he will. Because these are the kinds of moves that these youngsters find in a jiffy. Because see, ये knight move करेगा तो वो मार देगा इसको. Oh, he played king d5. He played king d5. But king c5 was better, stopping knight b5. But he played king d5 and now knight takes e6. fe, fe, king d4. And now Boris is losing. Boris is losing. Why is the question. So let's say I go here. Oh, he resigned also. King c. He resigned? Seriously, he resigned in this position? King d4. What happens to b4? Guys, king c4, b5, king b5, king d3, king c5. Okay, it's lost maybe. I'll eventually win this pawn. Yeah, he was, but maybe he could have made these moves, but I think this is the way he would have lost. Because here, there is no way to defend this pawn. MVL in cruise mode against Iturizaga. Guys, do you think Vishy Anand can make a comeback? Let's have a poll. Do you think Vishy Anand can make a comeback? Okay, I have one more question for all of you. Do you prefer this time when the commentary happens, or do you prefer it at night when it happens at 9:30 to 1:30, 9:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m.? Night, 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 night. Oh my god. Everyone likes night, huh? Got it. Very few are saying right now. You see, it doesn't matter what time the commentary is. I always am half asleep, yeah? Guys, I'm very, very excited for the third game because Vishy will come all swinging. How much is the time control? 15 minutes plus 2-second increment. When is the next round? It will start any moment. Sagar bhai, I play the London system, but I can't defend it. How to play against it? So, Jay Solanki, I'm going to give you one idea which was taught to me by Grandmaster Swapnil Dopade. Play on knight to f6. They'll go bishop f4. You play d5. They'll play e3. You play e6. Okay. They'll go knight f3. Then you play c5. They'll most likely play c3. Then you put your knight here. Then they will... No. Don't put knight here. Don't put knight there. Put bishop here. The reason why you don't put knight here is because you want to put your knight here. Okay. Knight d2. Sorry. First he will go bishop g3 mostly. Then you castle. Then he will go knight d2. Then you play queen c7. Very important move. He'll go bd3. Then you put knight d7. And you have equalized. Because then when he castles, you play e5. And it is equal. So this is one idea which I want you to try it out. So how do you remember this idea? First, put your pawn here. Put the other pawn here. Put the pawn on c5. Put the bishop here. Don't touch this knight because you want to go to d7, not to c6. Then you castle. Then you play queen c7, knight d7 and aim for e5. Okay. I miss early morning pure chess theory classes, Sachin says. I want to start something in the morning, but I feel like not many people will wake up at that point. Maybe I should do it, yeah? Something in the morning, like Dr. Chess. Any other chess questions do you have? How many games to be played, Vikramjeet? 4 games. Sagar bhai, can you start Dr. Chess again? Srinivasan. I want to. Abhinav Ajit, the results are on your screen. Anand, half, 1.5. Raunak 1.5, half. Topalov. Giri 1-1 against Wenjun. Being brilliant at chess. Good to see you. I hope you're practicing now. Mok says, where is 8-year-old boy? 8-year-old boy still growing up, yeah? I should make some videos on that. PRT says the article on Carlson's challenge was fascinating. Do cover more such problems like, for example, the Taverner problem 1881. Taverner problem. Okay, let me see. What is that? Never heard of it. Taverner problem. Yes. Famous Taverner problem. This is a very famous problem composed by T. Taverner in 1881. Mate in 2. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. I'll check it out. Thank you so much, PRT, for this small input there. Sagar bhai, can you explain Sicilian Najdorf? So, Srinivas, we have a free lesson with Anish Giri on our channel. You can check it out. Then if you like it, you can buy his course also on it. So Anand says, I'm 47, lost my sharpness. I now blunder a lot. Can I get over this problem? So Anand, it's all about practice, yeah? If you are able to practice, you can get over it. So make sure that you practice. According to you, who will win this tournament? In my predictions, I had put Arjun will win this. But I don't know. It's such a tough event, no? Anyone can come up. How to play against Grand Prix attack, Anirudh. So Anirudh, one way of playing against Grand Prix is to go knight c3, knight c6, f4. Now you can go e6, one idea. g6, knight f3, bishop g7, bishop b5 and knight d4. I think if you play this move, you should be able to be pretty fine here. Neeraj says struggling to watch the stream in between of work. So band kar do na. Calm. Okay, game has started between... Not yet. But Raunak has started. Flip I learned from Samay. Samay, whenever I met him, like he has such, he's so funny. Like just while speaking, you can expect jokes from him on almost every sentence. Okay, let's have the game now. Vishy playing with the white pieces against Pavel Ponkratov. Vishy is 1.5 points, 1 point down. Pavel has 1.5. Vishy has half a point. Also, the game between Anish Giri and Wenjun has begun. Anish with white playing his favorite Italian opening. Will Anish be able to win this game? Or is Wenjun going to be super solid? Always, guys, here's a tip. If you play the Italian, which is e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, please follow Anish Giri's games. He's really an expert at this. He understands it very, very deeply. Okay, let's quickly go and check what is Vishy Anand up to. Oof, look at this. Guys, e4 played by Vishy, e5 by Pavel. He said French defense, not a good idea against Vishy, which I played in game number 1. Although it was a draw, I was in big trouble. Knight f3, d6. It's known as the Philidor. d4, e takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, bishop e7. And here there are many ways to play. There's also this g3 bishop g2 line. There's also bishop e2 castle, but Vishy goes for bishop f4. And his plan is that after knight c6, he wants to play queen d2. And guys, maybe Anand wants to go long castles here. And so after long short castle, he's gone long castle. He's like, I am going all out against Pavel Ponkratov. Yes, Mr. Strange, Saturday को आ रहा हूँ. So, after long castle now, I think Vishy's plan is clear. Guys, can you tell me one aggressive plan in this position? Let me see who can tell me. Gabbu says, Sagar bhai advice for 1600. Gabbu, you tell me how to attack here with white first. Is Nihal Sarin playing this event? Nishi, yesterday he beat Rauf Mamedov. H4, many of you want to play H4. Yes, Adarsh Karthikeyan, I like your move. Rayan, very good. Who else? So, many of you want to play H4, but I think a very good idea is to play F3, G4 here. In this position, I was talking about F3, G4 and just launch the pawns down the board. But he went knight d4, queen d4, and now a6 has been played. How does Vishy continue now? So he can still continue with f3, b5, g4, going for the attack. But after a6, it's also possible to play e5. It's a very nice move. So if you take, I take here, and I'm attacking here, I'm attacking here. So he must play bishop d6, queen d4, bishop f4, check, 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 queen f4, queen e7, oops, not queen e8, queen e7, and it seems like black should be, okay, white should be slightly better here with rook e1 coming up, bishop e6, rook e1, but this might be the very, very nice move here for Anand, to break in the center with e5. Arjun says, Sagar, why is long castling called as attacking? So, Arjun, it's not really attacking move, but if you think about it, white has castled on this side of the board. So, black is castling on the other side. It's an aggressive idea. If black had also gone long side, then maybe that would not have made it as attacking. But now with the two kings parked on the opposite side of the board, it can get very, very nasty. So a6 played by Vishy, by Ponkratov. He wants to go b5. So Vishy goes h3. He wants to go g4, b5. And I have a feeling that Vishy will go g4. So both the players sort of mirroring each other. and we have to see who's going to be faster. Opposite side castling is attacking Siddharth Ranadev. True. Yash says, why can't we go direct g4? It is possible, Yash, but then that pawn is lost and you have to assess whether you have enough compensation. But, it's not a bad idea to sacrifice a pawn sometimes like this in front of your opponent's king just to get an open file. Like, for example, bishop g4, I can move my rook away and then use this open file. So, it's not the best, but it's definitely something to think about all the time. c5 played, queen e3 on the board, b4. Look at Ponkratov. He's pushing his pawns and maybe he's reached there before Vishy could reach. He's attacked the knight. The knight has to move. But where? Knight d5 looks like a move. Knight e2, knight g3 also possible. But the black bishop will come to b7 attacking e4. The queen will come to a5 attacking a2. It seems like black's position is slightly easier to play. Danny Lasagno says, greetings from Croatia. Danny, greetings to you as well. And look at what Anand has done. He goes knight e2. Vishy did not play knight d5 because he did not like knight d5, rook d5, and maybe bishop e6. And he felt that after queen a5, this was getting too nasty. But also taking with the pawn is never a good idea in such a scenario because, yeah, I mean, you're just blocking this. So he's gone knight e2 and then bishop e6 played. So all of a sudden, guys, Pavel Ponkratov is the one who's attacking. Oh, and Vishy is like, I don't care about the a2 pawn. You want it? Be my guest. Take the a2 pawn. I will go g5. I will go knight f5. I will go all out on the attack. So Anand actually now throwing caution to the winds and he's saying, I'm just going to attack as much as I can because the position already looks difficult. See, if you had gone king b1 to defend this pawn, then he would have put even more pressure with queen a5. Then you have to defend even further. Then he would go d5, anyway breaking, and black would be doing very well in this position. So Anand just simply went knight g3 and he's like, I want to attack now. I want to go g5. I want to put my knight here. I want to push my pawns down the board. Will he be able to sort of put Ponkratov under pressure? Right now in our poll, because we have put a poll on our channel, we have 84% people thinking that Vishy will be able to make a comeback. 85 now. Only 15% people think he won't be able to make a comeback. 1088 votes already. Okay. And d5 played by Pavel. What a bold decision when your queen is opposite the rook to actually break in the center. Is it working out though? Yes, perhaps, because after ed, knight d5, your queen is also hanging. Where do you move your queen? Because moving it here might not be a good idea. Because after take, I want all of you here, at least 200 of you, to tell me what's the best move. Come on, guys. 200 of you can figure it out. Black to play. Let's see in the chat chess moves. How many of you can find it black to move? Fantastic. Fantastic. And we have right now 82 people. Chess is more than fun. Avishkar Pense, Rohit, Rayan, Abhigyan, Gauransh, Dimitri, Sahil, Jwal, Dishit. Well done, guys. Rostec Gaming, The Beginners, Golden Agent, Brunal Nanal. Well done. Swapnil Sharan. Okay, going back to the game. This is not going to happen. Bishop g5 would have just dropped the bishop there. So in the game, after d5, he went bishop c4, provoking d4, and now queen b3. I think what Anand has done is that he's just trying to play a very complicated position on the board, but Pavel is just very solid. Knight to d7 played. Somehow this pawn structure looks very solid. So king b1 by Anand. Shlok says Sagar by Magnus versus Arjun on 18th. Wow. Magnus versus Arjun coming up soon at the Generations Cup. Magnus versus Prague. Magnus versus Hans Niemann. Magnus versus Ivanchuk. Magnus is so amazing. You know, everyone wants to watch Magnus play because he's the best in the world. And everyone wants to see who is it who can beat Magnus, create an upset. And it's not easy to be a world champion, always under the public eye. Queen d3 played. c4, you want to pick up the d4 pawn. Also, Vaishali starts her FIDE Grand Prix from 18th, says Himang Ghosh. True, true. From 18th of this month, Vaishali will play in her first ever FIDE Grand Prix. That is going to be so much fun. I think she's playing because Humpy could not attend. Humpy was having bad health, so that's the reason why. Beloglavi says bishop f6 and then c4. Yes, it would have been a nice idea, Beloglavi. But the moment you go bishop f6, I can push forward with e5. Can't I? Maybe knight d5 is an intermediate move there. But rook e8, now with the idea of playing bishop f6. I think until now in this match, Pavel Ponkratov has played very well apart from the piece that he lost in the first game. Humpy is supposed to play the candidates, true. Samad says, Sagar bhai, please start some chill streams. यार chill मतलब क्या होता है यार? Chill ही है ये. इससे और chill क्या कर सकते हैं? We are looking at chess, we are enjoying, we are commentating. तो chill है ये. How can c3 work? Kavya, I don't think you can play c3 because take would expose the white king a bit too much. AK says, भाई तुमको देख के मुझे भी नींद आ गई. Okay, Vishy has actually pushed his pawn to h4 and he's tempting Ponkratov to take this pawn, which would be a horrible move because then the knight jumps here, attacking the bishop. The h file opens up, pawn to e5, the queen looks at h7, so that could become very dangerous. And so for now, you can't take this pawn on h4. And Pavel Ponkratov is thinking. I think the position is complicated enough for both sides to go wrong somehow, Oh, c4. But doesn't that just give up a pawn? Like queen takes d4, I think is forced practically. Maybe Ponkratov is just wanting to sort of clarify the situation. Now, if you move your rook, f2 would hang. So you go rook d2, c3, take, and now rook d3 is forced because if you go rook e2, then maybe just rook a d8, knight c4. This looks very dangerous. So c4 takes, bishop c5 has happened. Wow. Amazing. And now, after bishop c5, what does Vishy do? Actually, this position might become very difficult for Anand. Because now the rook is hanging and then this is attacked. If you play rook d1, then this is hanging. So a very good decision by Pavel, especially considering the match situation where he is a 1 point up in the match. He goes rook d1, okay. And now why not push the pawn? But which pawn, Nishad? He takes on f2, okay. Can now the threat is to take and take this also on e4. e5 by Anand, okay. He saves the pawn, just defending the pawn. Let's quickly check and see what is up with Raunak Sadhwani. Because Raunak now has a great position. If he wins this, he will actually eliminate Topalov from the event. So c4, e5, d3, knight f6, knight f3, knight c6. What? g5? Wow. And I think the main move here is d4. But he goes h3, h5, knight c3, knight b6, knight d2, bishop f5, queen c2, a5, b3, queen d7, knight e4, bishop e7, bishop b2, long castle, g3, king b8, sorry, g3, king b8, rook c1, bishop g6, bishop e2, g4, and f5. So Raunak has a great position now with the central pawns rolling. Also the knights nicely placed. Pressure on the d3 pawn. Pretty good. Pretty good. And Anish Giri seems to be better against Wenjun. Wow. Guys, I told you, follow Anish for his Italian ideas. And he seems to have just outplayed his opponent after here d6 hanging. It seems like Wenjun is going to lose this game. So look at this. Vishy has put his rook on d6. And after takes, he's taken back with the pawn. What is he thinking? He has to take. Taken back with the pawn. f6. Good move by Pavel. Guys, 1 second. I'll be back. No, no. No. f6, rook d1, knight d7, bishop e1. Okay. Bishop versus knight. अरे मजा आने वाला है. a5. Now, see. दो pawns dark square पे. Bishop loves dark when the pawns are on dark squares. We should try and somehow fix them. So Anand is first asking him to take so that this pawn will get weak. Once again, a3 I like, by the way. But what about after take, a4, And now this is the kind of position where Vishy can start pressing with king b2, king c3. This pawn is weak, king b4, king here. Could be. Not win on demand yet for Anand, but if Ponkratov manages to draw this game, then for sure he will have at least, he will force a tie break. So it's not like a must win where Anand, if he doesn't win, he's eliminated. But also like, look at Raunak. Raunak is just, my god. Man, how strong is Raunak Sadhwani? F5, knight c5, take. F4, gf, bishop d3, queen d3. Threatening here. So he must go back with the queen. But he went to c3. He had to go to c2. The main point is that if queen d5, there is knight e4. But after queen c3, I think queen d5 is a very strong move for Raunak. I mean, he must keep the queens. He shouldn't trade the queens. The white king is terribly weak in the center. So Raunak Sadhwani, if he wins this, he will go to the round of 32. Oh, Vishy, what has happened? One second. After a3, Pavel goes rook e4, attacking here. Guys, this game might get very, very interesting because king f7, what a nice move by Ponkratov. Because if he had taken on g4, then after rook e1, Vishy's rook would have come in and it would have given him a lot of play. But Ponkratov first goes king f7, telling his opponent that, this pawn is going nowhere. I will take it on the next move. First, let me just be very solid with my king. Excellent play. Excellent control shown by Pavel. Anand has just 3 minutes 47 seconds, while Pavel has 6 minutes 21 seconds. No, rook g1 I feel is a little passive, I thought. But no, he's played it. Anand is like, I'm a pawn up. I will save this pawn. But what about king e6 now? He goes h5. But this is a major mistake. But why is it a major mistake? Actually, take. What is happening if I take? Yeah. Rook e1, huh? Is rook e1 the move? Yes, rook e1 is the move. Guys, I thought about it without seeing. So rook e1, threatening rook e7. Knight e5 seems forced. Knight e5 d7. Rook d4. d7. We saw, but I saw rook d4 because if you take here, then there is rook e7. Check. But rook d4, then I thought that this pawn is lost. But Vishy has seen bit ahead. He goes bishop c3 and now he will take on e5. Oh, this is the move that I had not seen. Bishop c3, rook d7. And now if fe, rook e5. And let's say if take. Now in this position, this rook endgame might not be so easy to hold because c4 is weak. Generally, one pawn down in rook endgame means good chances of draw. But because if you lose the c4 pawn for the h5 pawn, then these two pawns will be very strong. So these two pawns are like these people in life who spend a lot of years studying and doing their PhD and all, and don't start working until their late 30s or so on. So these pawns are these late bloomers. They are not making, they are not moving ahead yet. But now, when they will simply conquer the world. I think for a human being, playing b3 is very tough. Because after take, I understand that you have a passer now, but somehow b3 I don't like it. I don't think he should play. Maybe just king c1, king d2, king c3 could be a very simplistic idea. So if Anand wins this game, yeah, king c1 played, king f6, maybe rook a5. He went rook g5, king f6. Okay. Giri is drawing against Wenjun. He was better, no, Giri? Anish was better. What? No, he's just winning. Anish is winning against Wenjun. Check. Ah, nice move. Nice one. It was also possible to play this, and check. Because then if whatever comes here, I can take an d7, d8. And if it was knight, yeah, this doesn't work. So maybe king f7, but then there is rook e7 mate. So yeah, Anish is winning this. And meanwhile, Vishy Anand wanting to convert this pawn up rook end game. And what about Raunak Sadhwani? Has he managed to keep up his advantage? After queen c3, he played queen d7, which is a fine move. Ooh, g3 is such a cool move. Wow. What a move. G3, distracting the queen. And then after queen g3, queen b. So Raunak completely winning now. Rook c7, he can just put his king on a7. Okay, rook b5, c3, b4, rook e7, threatening a mate. Of course, king b1, king a2, king b3 is going to be played. He plays it. I think Anand will win this, guys. Vishy will win this because he has this very powerful passer. Also, his rook is very well placed and the king is coming up. I think the only way for black to be in the game is rook a7. The main point of rook e2 is to stop king a2, king b3 here. 1 minute 24 seconds for Vishy. Maybe rook c5, guys. Just win this. That is what Anand should do. Rook c5, rook e4, tricky b5, rook b4. So king b1, rook e2, rook c5, rook e4, b5, rook b4 happened, king c1, king e6. Maybe Anand should have gone king a2. And then after check, he should have played king a3, rook c2, king b4, and then taken this. And I think Vishy would have been better. But instead he goes king c1, king e6, king d1, king d6, quickly running here, rook g5, rook d4. Somehow the king is not able to get out. What a defense, yeah, here by Pavel. But will Vishy continue? Yes, he does. King E1. He's going on this side of the board. He has 50 seconds. Pavel has 3 minutes 30 seconds. 2-second increment on the in the game. Okay, King E1. And now, what does Pavel do? Rook D2. He comes in with his rook and he attacks the pawn on C2. Vishy was clearly better, but now things are not so clear anymore. He takes on G7, rook takes C2. But now B6 is winning. Somehow he had to play King C5 first. He's blundered here, and now Anand can win with B6. Why is that a winning move? Because if rook here, you can go B7, and somehow this pawn combined with this pawn would be winning. Because if you start with H6, rook H2, B6, rook H6, B7, just go back from here and stop the pawn. But B6 has been played by Vishy. B6 has been played. Wow. Anand is winning this, guys. Anand is winning this. Vishy has 2 minutes. 21 seconds. Opponent has 2 minutes 47 seconds. But on every move, you have 2-second increment. So he gave a check. King E1, E2. Okay. Maybe just king. Oh, he went king D2. That was not the best move. He had to go king D3, surprisingly. Very tough, yeah, these little moves. Because now if you go rook H1, you have B7 and D1 does. C1 doesn't come with the queen. You can make a queen here with a check. What a tough move. But king D2, he goes rook H1. Excellent move. And now after king C2, rook H5, B7, rook B5. Just in time now. And the game ends in a draw. Oh. Ah. It was just about this one little move that if Vishy had played it, he would have won it. That was king D3 here, not king D2. King D3, the point is that if you give, like, if you go to H1, then there is B7, B8, which is just over. But if you go rook B1, then king C2 wins because you can't take this pawn, check and take this and pawn queens. So this little move king D3 was the small thing that could have made the difference. But now Anand once again in a must-win scenario. Now this is a win on demand for him. If he manages to win this, then he will sort of force the Armageddon. But if he doesn't win it, he will be out of the tournament. So Anand in a must-win scenario. It was not easy to find that move, king d3. Raunak actually qualifies, right? Or not? Yeah, Raunak actually won. He's finished. Finished his game. He's finished it very nicely with Veselin because he was piece up and did it with checks here in style. So Raunak, what a match. 2.5. And Anish also won 2-1. So must win for Wenjun now and must win for Vishy Anand. Okay guys, the game will start in a bit. By the way guys, I have a small thing to show you coming up in the next couple of days. Okay. is something very interesting that we have made, and I'll just show you a small glimpse of it. Okay, shall I show you? Are you guys interested? Just something very nice we have made. And it will come up, but I want to show you just a small glimpse of it. Let me see if I can. No, maybe it's too big. Um, yeah, let's try it here. Just hang in there, guys. I want to see us. I'll show you a very nice thing, and then you can come back for the last game. But for now, look at this. कहाँ पे है? Hmm? एक second. Okay, let's see. That was nice, no? It's a documentary, yeah, that we'll make. Abhyudaya has made it. He was working on it for many days, and it's almost like a 40-50 minute one. And yeah, this one would be very cool. And then we are also making one on the death match that we organized. So those two, yeah. Who is Abhyudaya? Abhyudaya is the creative head of ChessBase India. He's also the video editor, thumbnail maker, so many things. Yeah, he just enhances things on ChessBase India, makes everything look much better, brighter. A lot of people got into F1 after watching Netflix series. Deathmatch was pretty good. The production on YouTube could have been better, though. Yes, Rakshit. Whenever I have worked with uh, third sort of parties who have produced something, I have not been very satisfied with it. All like, it's never easy. Like, okay, with Nodwin, it has been great. They understand chess, but when someone doesn't understand chess, it's very difficult to. And also, somehow, the feel there was really nice, but the online production could have improved for sure. I agree. Update on results for 1 million giveaway. As I said, I'll be working on it through the days, and so it'll happen. And you guys don't need to worry that it's not happening or something. It will, and it just give it some time. Things will happen. Right now, I'm not flying abroad anywhere. I have one a special talk in Delhi at EduCon, which is organized by YouTube on 24th of September. So I'm going to fly there and come back on 25th, like in a day. Apart from that, I don't have anything planned for now, but we are working on something very special that we are building for this. I mean, we are working on it, and also there's a lot of things that were pending because of the Olympiad that came in, the death match. There were many things that are still left, so I want to finish them, and so this, like, the next month, I want to make sure that I can finish all the pending things that are there. Meanwhile, actually, Abdusattorov has beaten Boris Gelfand just in 3 games. So the only game that is now going to be very exciting is Vishy Anand versus Pavel Ponkratov, because Vishy is 2-1 down. He has the black pieces. It's not going to be easy. So guys, get yourself something to eat or drink or something, and we are going to have a great time. I'm very sure that Vishy will make a comeback, while I think Anish just needs a draw and he should manage to do that. Neeraj says, do you put Nodirbek over Indian youngsters in rapid or vice versa? I think depends, yeah. For example, Nodirbek, of course, being the world rapid champion, is one of the finest players in rapid format. But so is Pragnananda, who's beaten so many players. I would say Gukesh hasn't played as much rapid as I would love him to. He's playing a lot of classical. But Arjun is very powerful. Arjun has won the Tata Steel. So, no, I wouldn't say so. Actually, it's a very good idea to do something on the lines of an event that was suggested by someone online. I think it was on Twitter, whereby if you see the top juniors as on today, um, so the top juniors are Firuja, then Arjun, Gukesh. So let's say Firuja now maybe not would not be keen on playing some events because he's already one of the best in the world, has played candidates, won the Grand Chess Tour. So we kind of remove Firuja from the juniors. So Arjun, Gukesh, Pragnananda, Nihal, Raunak. These are 5 Indians in top 14. And you can have Abdusattorov, Kemar, Niemann, Esipenko, Yakuboyev. 5 outside Indians. And I mean, that would be a great match. Ajaya says, how was your work travel to Bangalore? Did you like the weather? Well, it was raining a lot at that point, so it was a very tough period for people in Bangalore. But on the last day when I was traveling back from my hotel to the airport, I really loved the city of Bangalore. I haven't explored it much, but it looked so green and so nice. I mean, Bangalore is known for its traffic, so there was traffic, but it looked really beautiful. Nihal plays Kramnik in his next round. Can you please cover it? Of course, I will. Rakshit says, do you use any productivity tools like to-do list or an app to make sure you know what you have to do on a certain day, or it's just a pen and diary? Yeah, I like pen and diary more to do things. Also, for me personally, it really becomes difficult to follow this approach of jotting down everything, like making a to-do list and doing it, because it's just not the way I am. I like it more when I'm able to sort of function, not, I wouldn't call spontaneously, but let's say, for example, if I wake up at 4:30, okay, this is my favorite way of working. There's a laptop here, okay, there's my working screen here, there could be an iPad here, then I have like, I'm here on my this, and I'm sort of typing something there, then I move quickly here, then I move quickly there. And if in the next 3 hours there are days when so much work gets done, so much work, that by the time like it's 8 or 8:30, you've completed a lot. And those are the most epic days when you are just flowing. And okay, I mean, Amruta loves to make the to-do list, cut things off it, and she's really good at it. I just can't do it. Maybe I should learn. I've been trying my best. It's not like I just say I can't do it and not try it, but it's just very difficult for me. The game has not started yet, so. But Anish's game has started. No, Anand game has started. Anand game has started. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Vishy in a must win. Okay. And when you are in a must win, where do you go to? Of course, the Sicilian. You play the Sicilian c5. Knight f3, a6. Oh, what? Vishy goes for the O'Kelly variation. D c4. Of course, very few people go d4 because they know that after take. What is the move, guys? Very quickly for everyone. Black to play and equalize here. Yes, Samai plays a lot. This variation, he played it a lot. And Samai was taught this by Surya Ganguly. Surya Ganguly has trained Vishy Anand in the past, like long ago. Yes, e5 is the move here. And then you don't give this square. That's the main point of playing a6. So people know that you shouldn't be doing this and they go c4, or you could also go c3. There are many ways to play. c4 is a good move. d6, takes, knight f6, knight c3, e6, bishop e3, bishop e7, f3, b6, rook c1, castles, queen d2, bishop b7, g4. Wow. Wow. Knight c6. And guys, what did Ponkratov just do here? Yes, Sachin, knight f6 is also good there instead of e5. Correct. You know what Ponkratov did here? I think it's inspired by Jordan Van Forest. King d1, Abhijit Chauhan, Aradhya b. Yes, he played his king to b1 because he wants to put the king from here to here. Crazy. But I think he's mistimed it. Yeah, Pitt. He's mistimed it because this was once played by Jordan at Tata Steel, but I think the move order was different. Can I just check it? So I'm really interested to see if. Let me just quickly check what was the position in which Jordan did this. I mean, in general, the idea is the same. It was king, yeah, it was king d1, king c2, right? There. And he had played the same way. So I'm just trying to check. I think it was at the Tata Steel, right? He had played it at Tata Steel Chess. So, or maybe some other event. Which one? I don't know. Maybe some other one. Sure. No idea. Okay. I'm sorry I spent some time on this, but I'll try to figure out later. Now, Vishy could have actually taken here and played a typical move in the hedgehog. So, guys, what is a hedgehog? A hedgehog is a small little creature, and just so that you can remember this for the rest of your life, let me just show you so that you remember it and you never forget it. I think most of you know it. I had shown it once in my commentary as well, but still, it would be nice to just. So, this is a hedgehog. Okay, this cute little creature here. And if you look at it, it's a very small, it looks like a little mouse, little squirrel. But if you look at the body, it has thorns on it. Okay, so the moment you go near it, it'll get like this, it'll sit like this, and you cannot touch it because the thorns, you will get hurt. So the thing is that here, here, this spawns here for black are like the hedgehog, these thorns on the body of the hedgehog. And the moment white tries to come close to it, it will either break out in the form of d5 or b5. So here, when he played king d1, Vishy had a chance to take, and push this. It was not so easy to spot. But firstly, if you say take, you can't take with the knight because a2 hangs. And if you take with the bishop here, then a very nice move here is e5, bishop e3. And guys, what's the next move here? Now you know. What does the hedgehog do? Yes, I am Lokesh, Vinayak Marar, Sahil Arora, Abhijit Chauhan, Aradhya B, Shaibi Binoj, Abhimanyu Parashar, Sarang Gupta. D5 is the correct move. Breaking. And this gives the king on d1 suddenly starts looking very silly. So this was a possibility and a very strong one, but Anand goes knight d7. Not a bad idea. Knight takes c6, bishop takes c6, king c2. He wants to go to b1, Pavel. Now Vishy comes b5. Vishy knows. Vishy knows the basic ideas in the hedgehog. Of course, b5, king b1. He goes knight e5, attacking this and this. I think Anand's already clearly better. f4, he takes on g4. He could have also taken on c4, but he takes on g4. Rook g1, takes on e3, queen e3. And guys, Vishy is clearly better. What a nice opening to play in a must-win game. And what a nice opening result for Vishy. And so now, if b4 seems like a good idea, and the king has finally managed to reach here, but at what cost, sir? At what cost? You lost a pawn, your position is a wreck. Why did you do that? Who is Vishy Anand's trainer? Vishy Anand's trainer is Gregor Gaevsky. Okay, he plays his queen to a5. Guys, I want you to think of a tactical idea in this position for white. It may not be the best one, but it's a tactical idea. Can you think about it? White to play. It's not an easy one. He plays queen d4. He's threatening mate in 1. Vishy, of course, spots it, plays g6. Yes, Dharmil Vyas. The move that I was looking for here, read it fun, was knight d5, and very typical idea, yeah? Because when you take, I take back, I hit your bishop and I hit your bishop. So queen d4 played, g6 in the position. What next now? White is running out of ideas. Black is clearly better. All that Vishy has to do is go rook d8, rook c8, put the bishop back, put it here on this beautiful diagonal. Queen is here. It's going to be very nice. Meanwhile, white can attack with f5, but what does he achieve? Not much. But he must go all out. He must go for the attack after g6. Chirag Shah says there are many channels on YouTube, but it's Chessbase India's stream that are such a delight to watch. Kudos. Thank you, Chirag. That's very kind of you. And after f5, Vishy spots another powerful blow, which is b4. And now the knight has to move. He takes on g6, but I think Vishy will just take back. Okay, one more question was, what would happen if knight e2? I think he would have just taken with the queen. The check. So b4, he's taken on g6. I think Anand will take back with the f pawn. Just take it back. Fg. Even hg is fine. Both moves are fine. And knight d5. Ooh, he's coming in. You know, Pavel Ponkratov would not be happy with how things are turning out here. He's just given up a piece, but now just bishop. Okay, bishop d7, bishop f5. There could be bishop d3. So let's say if I go bishop here, bishop d3, I have to be careful, right? Because there could be some big sacrifice coming on g6. Okay, look at this defense. Okay, guys, this is sick defense. Guys, can you find a sick defense here? Sick means epic. Epic means amazing. Amazing means fantastic. Can you find a fantastic defense for black? Okay, bishop e8 is not a fantastic defense. It's a decent defense. Bishop back. Find it. Don't use an engine. Think on your own. All those who are saying f5, rook takes g6 might be a problem. Look at this move. b3. And you might imagine ki kya ho raha hai? Like you were all thinking about taking here, but there is a mate. So you must take. And now queen d2. And I pin this. Now you can't take it. And if he attacks you like this here, then you can just drop your queen back and queen here and you're safe. Piece up. Jeet gaya game. So this entire idea is very cool. But not easy. ed, bishop d7, bishop. What? Vishy Anand plays it. What? If only we could see Anand right now. What a move. Too good, Vishy. Too good. I'm sure Vishy is proud of this move. He's very happy about this. What a nice idea. You know, queen is here. King is like, Aji sunte ho. Where are you? I need you. Queen is like, okay, coming. b3. Taking the first flight from the queen side to the king side and saving the king. And then making the extra piece count. Very nice. No, no, this time this is just this now it's straightforward. Come on. Divit says he must have played this line many times. I don't think so. I don't think so. What is Ponkratov going to do? If he wants to be super tricky, no, Ponkratov, he can just play rook here, and he can say that I don't want Vishy's queen to come here, because then it's a very messy position. With boom, if you take with the king, bishop check, and you lose the queen, so you must take here, and then rook g6. King f8 is met with queen h8 mate. King h7 with some discovered check like this. Whew. Guys, chess is tough. He goes rook c e1. Okay, he goes rook c e1. He didn't go rook c f1. Now, look. Vishy doesn't want to take this pawn, I think. Because if he takes check, king d2, his queen is misplaced here. And then this is coming up. And then his bishop is hanging. So you don't want to be doing this. No human being in his right mind would take this. No human being would even take this, because then the king is safe here. So you don't want to be taking those pawns. I think what Vishy might do here, okay, maybe he first takes it, king c1, and then somehow tries to save this. Maybe rook c8, rook a8. Loving it, guys. Loving it. Let's see what happens. And maybe an Armageddon coming up, but it's a bit nervy moments here for Vishy. Good that he has 5 minutes on the clock, because he has time to think it through. If he had less time on the clock, it would have gotten a bit difficult here. I think doable is queen d2 even here, because if you take here on this position, there's a strong move for black. Can you find it? Black to play. Vinayak Marar, yes, exactly. Shaibi Binoj, Harshit Jaggi, play bishop f5. Problems. Because, if you go rook g3, there is a back rank mate. And if you go rook e3 to defend this, then I just sort of. It's a tough one. But okay, this was one plan. But he goes bishop to g5. Vishy Anand goes bishop g5, which is a good move. And after ab3 played here, queen d2. He's come in with the queen. It's pouring outside. It's raining heavily. Will Vishy be able to win this? I think very much so. Because if rook e2, he has queen f4. And slowly he's just organizing all his pieces closer to his king. And once his king is safe, the extra piece will speak for itself. he plays rook e2. And now queen f4. What is Anish doing, by the way, very quickly, if we can check? Okay, Anish has a nice position. He has a 1 point lead in the match plus a good position, so he should win. And Vishy Anand after queen d2 rook e2. I think Anand maybe for a brief moment might have considered some tactical ideas like take bishop f5, but it's not working out. So he goes queen f4. Good move. And now, you know, in chess, material is very important, and that is exactly what Vishy has. If you count the number of pieces, Vishy has two bishops against one. Everything else is equal. Yes, white has an extra pawn, but there's one pawn for a bishop. A bishop is worth 3 pawns. So Vishy is 2 pawns up, and also his king is safe. He can now just reroute his bishop on this diagonal, which will be amazing because this bishop would not only defend the king but also attack the opponent's king. Queen c3 played. I would really want bishop f5 now. Just exchange of this bishop. It's an important piece. It's an attacking piece. And we use the football theorem when ahead in material. What is the football theorem? Well, it means that if you have a football match where there are 11 players each on each side, then you remove one player on one side, so it becomes 11 versus 10. You play this match, it's still a close match, but then you remove one from here, one from here. 10 versus 9, quite close. Remove one here. 9 versus 8. Okay. Go on. 8 versus 7. 7 versus 6. 6 versus 5. 5 versus 4. 4 versus 3. 3 versus 2. Now 3 versus 2 suddenly starts becoming very one sided. And 2 versus 1, like two people running against one, is just over. So that's the concept, like the football theorem, where when you are ahead in material, just keep exchanging, like exchange these bishops off, bishop f5, then exchange the rooks off, then exchange the queens off. If this keeps happening, then in the end you will be left with 2 versus 1 or maybe 1 versus 0, when you can win quite easily. So queen c3, bishop f6 was played by Anand, queen c2, and now he's playing rook a e8. As you can see, he wants to trade the rooks. Anando Das Gupta says, I don't know why you call this football theorem. Football never works that way. No, it doesn't work that way. I know it. Why would it work that way? It's just easier to remember. Maybe queen d4 is a good place to begin with. Because see, if you play queen d4 and he sacks here, then you take and he takes here, and it seems like you're almost getting checkmated because king h8, queen h6 is a mate. But you go bishop g7, and calmly your bishop is protected by your queen, and there's just no way to sort of stop this things happening. So yeah, queen d4 found by Anand. Good move by Vishy. Queen d4, and he takes. Okay, Vishy just takes now. This is desperation. I think queen takes bg7 is just safe. Aditya Jha says, here I am watching chess videos instead of studying for exams. Aditya, if Vishy wins today in the Armageddon, you'll do well in your exams. So, time nahi guys, time sab theek hai. Don't worry. Vishy is under control. Just a second, guys. I'll be back 1 second. Yeah. And Vishy Anand has won it. After queen g6, bishop g7, rook d2, finds bishop f5, and it's all over. Because if you take here, then not rook f5, which is also, actually it's not so good because of rook d4. But the point is to play queen g1 check, intermediate, and then rook f5. So with this, Anand wins the game and moves to the Armageddon. Ooh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. And you know the new method of Armageddon, right? Where white player will get 15 minutes and the black players have to make a bid. And they have to say how much time they want. Like Anand will say, I want 13 minutes. And Ponkratov says, I want 12 minutes. So then Ponkratov will get black with 12 minutes. And Anand will have to play with the white pieces. So all those people who said that Vishy will make a comeback, you were right. Vishy did make a comeback. What's the benefit of getting black with even less time? Because if the game ends in a draw, then you win. So that's the biggest advantage. So how many minutes are you ready to sacrifice in order to get the draw odds? That's the question with this little novelty that chess.com has introduced. And I like it. I like this new concept a lot. AG is right now 2.5 to 1. So if he just draws, he will be through. Wenjun, I don't see her having any realistic chance of winning, but her last move was very interesting. She wants to go rook to g3, but I think Anish just snatches the pawn, and Anish is very difficult to play in such games where you are in a must-win situation because he is very good at defense. Maybe rook g3 now, threatening a mate, then g6, and keeping the rooks on the board. Maybe rook c5. I don't know. सागर भाई न्यू रूल समझ में नहीं आया. So Shantanu, the new rule is like this कि white के मतलब दोनों player, you have to decide who gets white, who gets black, right, in the Armageddon. So generally in the Armageddon, like draw, chess में draw होता है तो you cannot find a winner, right? So Armageddon says that in case of a draw, black wins. Correct. That is the thing. But black should have some disadvantage. No, you cannot have draws just like that. So what they do is they give black less time. Now generally it is decided कि white gets 5 minutes, black gets 4 minutes, and Armageddon starts. But here what they have done is they have said white will get 15 minutes, but how much time black will get, we will not decide. You, the players, will decide. Both players will think to themselves कि भाई मेरे को black, if I want black, how many minutes should I bid for? Like how much I should. So if some player is very confident, can say, I'm okay with 5 minutes. Naturally, he will win the bid because his opponent is not going to say 5 minutes. He will say 10 minutes or 12 minutes. So then he gets 5, opponent gets white 15 minutes. So it's 15 versus 5, like that, but no increment. So it's very, very tricky. And I think Anand, in general, I feel, prefers white pieces in such situations. And I think Anand may not even bid for a huge number. You know, that's what I feel. He will take like 14 minutes or something. And Ponkratov might get black. That's what I think. What if you bid 1 second? Jai Solanki says. Jai, that's why you're not playing there. Vignesh says it's not so useful to bid for less than 13 minutes. Well, Vignesh, um, yesterday Nihal bid for 11 minutes. I think 4 minutes less. So in that case, you can be like Nihal was very confident. He took 4 minutes less on the clock, but then he managed to win. What if both bid the same? If both of them bid the same amount, then the higher rated player gets black. So in this case, Vishy. So if both bid the same, that's going to happen. Well, I'm a bit tensed about what is his plan to take here. I think Anish is not at all worried because even in this worst case of some perpetual, he's okay with a draw. What if both want white? Then both will decide to bid very low, like 14 and a half or 14 minutes 55 seconds, something like that. Yes, you can bid 12 minutes 30 seconds also. So with this, I think Anish goes through. That means Anish versus who's the opponent that Anish will face next? I believe it will be Anish versus Raunak. Okay, nice. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Anish versus Raunak. And then, if Vishy wins today, he will face Nodirbek. And then, if Vishy wins, okay, very tough to beat Nodirbek because Nodirbek is like in form and so on, young talent. But if Vishy beats him, then if it will be Anish versus Vishy. Oh, higher seeded chooses the color, Rakshit says. Okay, got it. Maybe I missed that. Sorry. Higher seeded player doesn't get black. Higher seeded player chooses the color. Okay. So if both players bid 12 minutes, then higher seeded, like in this case, it's Anand, he will choose which color he wants, white or black. Or Raunak versus Vishy. Correct, correct. Sorry. Raunak can beat Anish for sure. Anish just drew it, huh? Anish was winning, but he was like, why should I work hard? It's draw is enough to qualify. Okay. Anish Giri moves to the round of 632 now. By the way, guys, before the game begins, let's see how long we have. It should start anytime soon. I have one small question for all of you. How many of you here, maybe I can put a poll. Do you think that Vishy Anand is going to win the Armageddon? Let's see. Let's make a poll. Who wins the Armageddon? Anand, Ponkratov. Okay, guys, while they are getting ready, I'm getting excited. Yesterday, Nihal's game was so thrilling. So thrilling. By the way, how many of you have already checked out this website that we are developing? It's called academy.chessbase.in. We call it the Chess Ranga platform. Have you seen it? And if you guys have seen it, do you use it? Do you check it out? There is more and more material that's coming up there. Can players see each other's bid? No, they can't see. They'll see it at the end, like when it's revealed. Not yet, not yet. Guys, all those who haven't checked it, please do check it out. It's academy.chessbase.in. It would be very cool if you can check it out. Give me your feedback. I work on it every day to bring in some new things. I want to make it like a really nice platform where people can learn for free and can get a lot of knowledge and information on how to improve at chess step by step. So please do check it out, and please do create an account, use it, give us feedback. We'll be very grateful. Blue Flame says, "Hi Sagar, I'm new to chess." Well, Blue Flame, check out this Chess Ranga. Maybe it'll help you. Sachin Ranade has all these wacky ideas. He says chess needs power play. A player has to go blind for the next three moves in the middle of the game. Then it's not power play, right? You reduce his power. Uh, but it's not a bad idea. What Jaya Uberoy says, Roger Federer retires. Really? Really? I can't believe it. Oh, Roger Federer to retire from professional tennis after Lever Cup. Lever Cup is the Australian Open, right? Rod Laver Cup. Oh, one of the few players that I love a lot from another sport. I don't know, just following him, just seeing his games, seeing his human side. You know, nice. It was nice. Like I used to follow tennis with my dad at home. We would often have like TV running, and we would watch it and discuss it. And there was this one player who generally like, I like spotting talents. So I do that a lot in chess. Like when all these kids were young, like who are now world class players, I tried to spot them, and I'm like, okay, these kids will go on to become great players and so on. So I tried doing that in tennis as well. And one of the players who I thought was especially talented was a guy called Philip Kohlschreiber. And I saw him play and I thought he has some amazing strokes. So I told my dad that, this guy is going to make it big, Philip Kohlschreiber. He will win a lot of events. But he never won any Grand Slams. He never won any tournaments, I believe. But the amazing thing is that even just like a few months ago, he was still playing in these Grand Slams, and he was seeded. So maybe he didn't become like the champion. What? Anand bid for 7 minutes? 7? 7? What? What? Vishy, I can't believe it. I thought Anand would have bid for 14, 15 minutes, 14 and a half minutes. Because, I mean, time is so important, and he plays really well with the white pieces. Bid for 7 minutes. Crazy. That shows his confidence with black pieces. There's no increment. There's no increment. Anand misclick. I don't think he misclicked it. Oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm just going to freshen up and come in 30 seconds. Crazy things happening in the world of chess. We were criticizing Nihal for choosing 11 and now Vishy chooses 7 minutes. You know what it means? Like, there's always some feelings, right? Attached with this. So Anand's feeling is that he is so well prepared as black that he is ready to give up 8 minutes of his time. And this is something he must have thought about because Vishy is a very thoughtful player. So what he thought of, I think, is that if I play Blitz and I get 4 minutes versus 5, I can play this like Blitz, but only a little more, like I can sort of play this a little more like I have 3 minutes more than Blitz, like 7 minutes. But 7 minutes is too much. Too much. What do you think, guys? Now I have the poll here. I think many of you think it's not the right decision by him to go for 7. So do you still think Anand, 90% still think Anand will win? You still think so? Arsh Chotalia, 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. No, 4 plus 3 is equal to 8 because black gets 4 minutes. How did you know he bid 7 minutes? Well, you guys told me. I didn't know. I'm trusting you. Lightning Kid back in action. You know, it reminds us of this game where Anand thinks for 1 minute 43 seconds. That one. Oh, Anish Giri in the chat says, "Go Vishy, sir." Arey, Anish. It was a great match, Anish. Well played. And we have to update Anish's score. We forgot to do that. 2.5, 1.5. Anish is sitting with his popcorn there. Yes, against Ilyas Mirin. Vishy Anand played against Ilyas Mirin where he took 1 minute 43. Let's take this out and say धक धक हो रहा है धक धक. Vishy, Anish, if Anish is here, Anish, what do you think? Did Vishy Anand make a right decision? Oh, game has started. Game has started. Game has started. Wow, I was on time. We didn't miss a single move. Single move. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Vishy Anand with the black pieces. Okay. Okay, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. Anand, look at Anand's time. 6 minutes, 47 seconds, 14 minutes, 55. Vishy, make me play. Knight f6. Okay. Bishop c5, c3, knight f6. Okay, all good. He'll play d3. All that Ponkratov has to do is play just what? Ponkratov goes for the sharp line with d4. Okay, fine. e5, d5 is the main move. Vishy is going to play it. So d5 happened. Bishop e2. Oh, he went bishop e2. Okay. Knight e4 CD. If I'm not mistaken, isn't bishop b5 the main move here? Like instead of bishop e2, he goes bishop b6, knight c3, castles, castles. Okay. Anish says, I also misread. I think Vishy thought white has 10 minutes. What? I also misread the regulation. It said 10 somehow. Oh, really? Oh my god. Then maybe. I think Vishy must be really upset at this point of time, yeah? If this is the case. But then he will take this as a challenge as well and just play it. Okay, first of all, bishop e6, knight a4 played. He's going for this bishop, and Anand breaks in the center with f6 now. Vishy would never bid 7 for 15. That's just insane. Yeah, exactly. That's what we all thought. But now maybe what you are saying makes a lot of sense. That Anand thought his opponent had 10 minutes here, and then 7 makes a lot of sense. But I think it would be nice to know from Vishy after the game as to why he bid for such a low time. But I think what Anish says could be right. Robert has said they confirmed that white has 15. Ah, okay. Okay. Now, whatever it is, this is what he has, right? So he has to make the best out of it. King h8 played in the position. Till now, all good, all good, all steady. Very standard position. And what Ponkratov has done well is to keep many pieces on the board. And also Vishy has done well is that in 13 moves, he's only taken a minute on the clock. So knight fe5, knight e5. Oh no, he first takes on b6, ab6, knight e5. And Anand doesn't take here because then white has the bishop pair and somehow it seems like white is slightly better. So he goes knight d6. Less time. Black has less time, but a draw means black is through. Guys, remember that. Don't just think that it's less time. You have draw odds. So in case of a draw, black wins the match. Yes, white still has the bishop pair here. And it looks very promising position for Pavel Ponkratov, who's chosen this opening. Maybe knight takes, pawn takes, and putting rook on c1, just attacking here could be an idea. So for Ponkratov, this is like sort of a dream scenario because he is 7 minutes ahead on the clock nearly. He's also having a great position. And Vishy has only 5 minutes 41 seconds with no increment to play for. Very exciting. Pratik says Vishy is really good with his knights and he has active squares for his knights. True, true. Okay, Ponkratov taking his time. What else? Oh, he goes f4. But now, can Vishy jump with his knight back to e4, saying that, look, now you can no longer kick me away? Can you just do that? Or I was just thinking, can you put your bishop on e4 with bishop f5, bishop e4? That also looks quite possible. Yeah, he does it. He plays bishop f5. He wants to plonk his bishop here. Now, Ponkratov, as we know, is a very aggressive player. Like, he was 1 point ahead in the match and he played this weird g4, king d1, king c2. So, I have a feeling that he will go all out and play g4 here as well. Because, in a way, if he can really complicate the game, then the extra time should tell. So, g4 is what maybe Ponkratov does. Yes, it weakens his king. It also lets the bishop come here. But then it also prepares f5. And then you gain a lot of space in the position. Yes, let's burn the bridges. To beat Anand, you have to do something special, right? 10 minutes 52 seconds, 5 minutes 29 seconds for Anand. Okay, he didn't go there. He went queen b3, attacking d5. Vishy quickly defended his pawn, put his bishop in the center. Rook c1 played. And now Anand goes knight to a5. Maybe he's looking at the c4 square with both his knights, but for now the c4 square is well controlled by the knight and the bishop. So queen c3 played. Looking here at the c7 pawn, the most natural move seems c6. He goes knight c4. So Anand, oh Vishy, you are so smart. Look at Vishy's point. Take here, he will take with the knight. Take here, he will take with the pawn. Take here. Yes, you won a pawn, but I will play c6. I will play b5. I'll play bishop d5. I'm playing the opposite colored bishop position because draw is fine for me. So that's the reason why Vishy is ready to even give up a pawn so that he can land up in an opposite colored bishop position which has high drawing tendency. This is smart. One thing that I've really admired about Anand always, and by the way, Ponkratov doesn't take it, he goes rook c d1, but I think what he has missed is the spectacular move here. Guys, can you spot it? It's actually very tough. It's very tough, this move. Anand doesn't find it. But the move was bishop c2. Bishop c2. The point is if queen c2, there is knight e3. And if rook c1 back, then knight e4. Attacking the queen, and somehow the queen cannot protect the bishop anymore. Very nice, right? Very nice. This move, bishop c2, it's just a little... But with this time control, I don't think we can expect Vishy to find it. Anirudh Sharma says engine sharp. Of course, I can't find this move. The engine pointed it out and I am telling you guys. Okay, now I want to go queen b6. I want to go knight f5. I want to put pressure here, but there is knight d7 ideas here. Forking these two moves. Time gap right now, Vishy has 4 minutes 30 seconds. Oh, he goes g4. Ponkratov is really taking the battle to Vishy Anand. He's saying that, look Vishy, you have 4 minutes left and no increment. The main thing is, it's not even about 4 minutes. It's about the fact that you won't have an increment. And so you start getting really worried about it. And you start making errors. I think queen, instead of queen e7, if you went queen h4, he would still maybe go queen g3. So he went here queen e7, queen g3, and Anand finds bishop c2, rook e1, and knight e4. Look at these. Look at his pieces on light squares. They're just dominating and trying to make sure that the knights are beautifully placed. In fact, if I couldn't see the engine right now, I would say black is better. Look at the knights. But somehow, these knights are not really threatening much. Or are they? Is this some sort of a threat? Knight d2, rook f2, knight e4. Like some threat like that. Like you can go there. Maybe not. Because then... Okay. I mean, guys. Not here. Bishop's there. But direct knight g6. This bishop is controlling here. So Ponkratov, by the way, was threatening a check here with this bishop blocked and win the queen. So king g8 played in the position. And now queen g2 played. Okay. Can we go knight d2 now? Is it possible? Knight d2, bd2, rook d... knight d2, rook f2, knight e4. But then rook f3 somehow doesn't seem to work, this knight d2 concept. He goes bishop b3. And guys, Vishy is down to 3 minutes 24 seconds. Pavel Ponkratov has 7 minutes. Played his bishop here. I don't know. Somehow he wants to get his bishop to c4, trade something. But I like Ponkratov's strategy overall, right? What he has done is he has kept as many pieces as possible on the board so that Vishy has to think. But Vishy has until now just thought for half of his time. 26 moves in 3.5 minutes. That's pretty quick. That's pretty quick. Maybe bishop d3 is what you can play here. Bishop d3 with the idea of taking here. And the thing is, like, great, these knights are beautiful, but till they don't do anything, they're just sort of stepping on each other's toes. Rook f3 played. Guys, notice the bishop is hanging. So be careful. But I think now Vishy knows what to do. He will take on e5. He'll put his bishop on c4. These are the simplifying maneuvers that Vishy plays very quickly. Yes, he took on e5, de, but his time is now down to 3 minutes. Let's go, Vishy. Oh, he gives a check first. He wanted that first. Okay, king h1. How did that help his position to give this check? Maybe bishop c4 next. Go. King h1. Ponkratov is thinking. Yeah, king h1, and now Vishy goes bishop c4. But you know what Anand has missed here is the fact that his queen on e7 was well placed to stop f5. e5 pawn would have hung in many of the lines. But once you give this check, which is actually looks good, but now f5 would have been quite powerful. But he went bd1, and now Vishy creating play on the queen side with b4. It's a full-fledged fight. It's a full-blooded fight with 2 minutes 47 seconds for Vishy, 6 minutes for Pavel Ponkratov. b4 trying to open up some lines on the queen side. f5, he's going on the king side now. I think a lot of pressure on Vishy right now. He has to first of all figure out these pawns, what to do with it. He takes on a3, ba3. What next? What next for Anand? Does he go b5, b4, open up a few more lines? But these bishops can come to power at any point. The rook can swing over here. Of course, take care of knight f2 check. But f6, e6, there are too many possibilities here. I have a feeling that Vishy has to tread very carefully. b5, good move. Good move by him. How does white continue? I think white can go e6. No, he goes g5. Oh my god. And Anand, after g5, had to bring his queen back. He goes b4. But guys, g6, Pavel Ponkratov going all out for the attack. Vishy Anand under big trouble. 2 minutes left in his position. Also, the pawns coming at him. Oh, he goes what? He takes on a3. Ponkratov goes f6. What an attacking game by Pavel. Now Anand under big pressure. He plays h5. But no. f7. This is over, guys. f7. Then the queen comes in somehow to attack this h-pawn. And it's going to be mate. It's going to be mate here. You can see Vishy would be terribly unhappy at what he has done here. He's losing this. He's losing this after f7. Because king h8, queen h3 is just over. There's no knight f2, rook f2, queen f2, queen h5 mate. Things just went wrong for Vishy completely. Yeah, he might resign. He might resign here. Anand might resign. This pawn has just wedged into the position like anything. But great play by Ponkratov, yeah? Amazing play. The way he attacked was too good. Too good. No, give up the rook, but then after takes what? Next. Yeah, he resigned after f7. He resigned the game, and Pavel Ponkratov has beaten Vishy Anand. I think it was a great fight, and somehow Vishy's decision of 7 minutes was maybe not the best. If he did it knowingly, then maybe he made a misjudgment, perhaps. But if he was not aware, then that was hard luck that, he maybe thought 10 minutes and for his opponent and so on. So we would know about it later. But yeah, I think Ponkratov really pushed very well in this last game and won it, keeping all the pieces on the board, not giving that thing to Vishy where he could simplify stuff, and that's why he's won it. And with this, Anand is out of the tournament, and we will have the other Indians playing now three. So two Indians have qualified to 32 round of 32, and Anish Giri also has qualified, and we'll also have Arjun, Mitrabha, and Vidit. These three are still left. They'll be playing tomorrow and day after. Okay. Well, guys, what happened? Why is everyone saying justice for Aditya? What happened? Aditya. Because I had said that if Vishy will win, then Aditya, you will do well in your exams. Well, anyway, Aditya, you will do well. Don't worry. By the way, for all those who don't know about Ponkratov, he was in India recently and he won multiple events. And he's a very strong player. So yeah, very good player. So guys, I'll take your leave. Tomorrow we'll be back with more chess from the global championship, and I'll see you all. I think tomorrow is who's playing tomorrow? Just very quickly, if we have to just update. Tomorrow is Arjun versus David Paravian at 4:30. Okay, and on 17th is Vidit versus Alexei Sarana at 4:30, and also Mitrabha versus Duda. Oh, Mitrabha Duda. Wow, nice. Okay, guys, see you all tomorrow and take care. Bye bye.